Hello, everybody. I hope you're well and having a great time this week. The topic for today's video is the effect of controlling mothers on adult men and how it impacts their ability to form relationships in adult life. This is the second part of a three-part series. The first part focused on an overview of the effects of controlling mothers on adult men. This second part is going to examine the effects one by one, and the third part will focus on healing. Let us break down the effects of controlling mothers on adult men into a couple of buckets. The first bucket is their relationships with women. So, adult men who are born to controlling mothers are unable to form healthy relationships with women. They usually sell themselves short around women, and they constantly seek the approval of women. If a woman desires them sexually, they think of that desire as a barometer of their self worth. They usually give up a lot of themselves in the early part of a relationship so that a woman likes them and does not reject them. They sometimes give themselves up till the point of losing themselves in the relationship. But after a while, they start to feel trapped and drained and smothered. So they create space or they run away from the woman. But after a while, when this fear of engulfment or being trapped subsides, they also start craving connection again. So it's more like a seesaw. When the fear of rejection is up, the fear of engulfment is down, and vice versa. So they don't quite know how to basically respond to the pull of another person's neediness without losing themselves. Many of them also resort to a pickup artist lifestyle, and they bed a lot of women in, and they have casual and empty sex. And they feel a deep sense of shame deep down, more so if they have casual and empty sex with low quality women. Also, if a woman genuinely expresses her love and she actually likes them for who they are, they find it very hard to believe that we are loved for who we are. Many a times they feel shame, a deep sense of shame and anxiety, even if they have not done anything wrong, and they feel uncomfortable the whole time. Also, they are very, very vigilant, that is called hypervigilance in therapy, wherein they constantly try to check and see how a woman is feeling. They are hyper vigilant to a woman's moods, and they second guess her moods and they adapt accordingly to her moods so that she is not angry with them and so that she doesn't reject them. So these were some of the behaviors that men exhibit around women. Now let us look at the second bucket, the behavior of these men around men. So the men who were born to controlling mothers, they don't feel comfortable in the presence of masculine males, because in order to stand tall in front of a masculine male, one has to be adept at taking harshness, criticism and judgment in one's stride. Now, since these men don't have an integrated sense of self, they don't feel comfortable in the presence of masculine men, and they prefer the company of women to men. Coming to the third bucket, risk-taking or starting new projects. These men have a deep fear of being shamed and being rejected. So they take minimal risks or no risks at all, and they rarely start any new projects in life. They are usually only moderately successful or unsuccessful in their careers. Now, coming to their relationships with other people. They usually try to become what other people want them to become. They project what they are not. They also usually give to get as against give to share. They want to people please at any cost, and they usually tend to adopt a people pleasing persona. They never express their anger and always appear to be a nice guy. Deep down, they also feel a sense of rage, and they can't quite put a finger on why they are feeling this rage. They basically feel this rage because they do not express their anger in a healthy manner. Also, they appear needless and wantless around people, and they do not speak up and express their needs, and then resent the fact that people are not meeting their needs. Also, when it comes to conflict, they don't quite know how to resolve conflict in a healthy manner. So they usually give in or bend backwards or comply to please people, as against standing tall and expressing their own opinion and needs in a healthy manner. Now coming to the last bucket, that is introversion and emotional walling off. So basically these people are usually introverted. They rarely have more than one or two friends. Some of them have no friends at all, and they usually prefer to be alone. They rarely express their emotions directly, and they rarely speak their mind directly from the fear of backlash and from the fear of being rejected publicly. Also, in late childhood and in their early teenage, they have shut off their emotions. So they are walled off from their emotions, and they find it very hard to access their vulnerability and feel their feelings. So these were some of the effects that adult men of controlling mothers exhibit in their adult life. In the next part of this video series, we will look at healing for these men. Thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned for more videos in the next days.